And in reality, all you really need to do is just pick up the machete and start cutting down into the forest and just start walking a little bit, start feeling a little bit of progress. Check out RecruiterRocket.io, a ton of free stuff, a ton of free content, and check out the Facebook group. It's linked on RecruiterRocket.io as well, or in the description below. So I wanted to talk about, just the abundance of money that's out there for recruiters, and that every company on planet Earth is, if they're growing, is going to end up hiring at some point. There's so many available opportunities for you to go out and take this cash. And, I want to rewind it 100 years from now, because I think about this often of our grandparents. And my grandparents came over in a boat. My grandfather worked in a factory, worked overnight shifts, had to learn English. He fought in the war and worked his butt off. My parents, the same thing. I mean, they worked really hard. My dad had a business. My mom was a nurse. And it was different. They didn't have the opportunities that we have with technology and the internet and all this stuff. And, I look at what we're facing now, and we see a lot of challenges as business owners, and it's hard to build a business, but right now it's as easy as it possibly can be. You can open up your laptop and watch some YouTube videos and get everything that you need to go out and get clients. Like, all of my YouTube videos are right there. All the information, you don't need to pay for all this educational stuff. You can take this and just go to work. And there's so many people before us that would die for this opportunity. And the thing that I always picture with everybody in the group and people that are really trying to find their stride in this business is I always think about, I had gone into this jungle and figured out a way to get to my, I don't know what's in, like gold or something like that. It's a gold rush, right? And I see everybody outside of this jungle just running circles around their machetes, strategizing, trying to figure out exactly what do I need to do. They're going back to the village, trying to get advice. And in reality, all you really need to do is just pick up the machete and start cutting down into the forest and just start walking a little bit, start feeling a little bit of progress. And, we're all so programmed to basically get that dopamine, or I don't even know what you want to call it, is that reward system of I do work, I get paid no matter what. Like, that's what's good about a steady paycheck is, somebody behind you could say, pick up the machete, this doesn't feel perfect, but I'm going to pay you no matter what. So start cutting. And everybody who is trying to build their recruiting agencies just really needs to understand that the commitment comes first. It doesn't come second. Like, you're not going to fall into this, right? It's not going to be something that you fall onto, right? Or somebody's going to pay you to take basically no risk. Like, say, hey, I'm going to pay you and you can have all the rewards. Like, that's not really how it works. The commitment always just has to come first. And you don't have to completely believe that this is going to work. All you have to do is just have a little bit of hope and start picking up those machetes and start walking into the jungle. And everybody has a different story. There's going to be variables that are different for you, that are different for me. But the one thing that is going to come from you just moving in a direction and just hoping is you're going to start to feel progress at some point. But none of the progress or none of that light at the end of the tunnel is ever going to pop up unless you start moving in a direction. You don't need to pay like $10,000 to have some course to basically tell you what I'm telling you now. Is just to pick up the machete, start moving. Like, just go, and I'm pointing in that direction. Take one of my YouTube videos. It's never going to feel amazing, right? So you don't know what's in the forest. You don't know exactly where the gold is. But I'm telling you, in this space, the gold is closer than you think in the jungle. It may just be a couple trees away. Just start cutting, start to feel that movement. And like I said in some of the other videos, sometimes all it takes is just like 20 minutes of good work a day. And you're going to start to yield, your first good client or your first placement on the split board, whatever it may be. And figure out whatever it takes for you to make that first move. Is it healthy competition? Do you look at me and you're like, I want to crush Eric at some point. Like, I want to catch up to him. Or is it maybe think about some of the people that don't like you, who enjoy watching you struggle, enjoy watching you just overthink and walk circles around your machete and not just take that first simple swipe and start doing some work. There's a lot of people rooting against you. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just, I don't know, just the idea of having your own business and looking back and realizing that it was a lot of hard work, but it was worth it. Just figure out what it's going to take for you to get a little angry and to make some of those first steps.